So, okay. So please remember that. Okay, let me approve this. Late submission will not be graded, but your attendance will be counted. So for those, maybe perhaps you got up late, okay? This is especially true for those who are in my 8:30 class. So maybe you got up at 9 a.m. or I don't know, some of you maybe slept late last night, so you got up perhaps, I don't know, almost 12. So if you couldn't answer the quiz or if you missed to answer the quiz, you can just actually answer it even after 10 minutes, but your marks will not be counted. I still can count your what we call attendance. Remember, attendance in class is very important because if let's say you miss 4 times of your attendance, you will get a warning letter. And then another extra 4 times, then you will be barred from the class. Okay, so if let's say you miss to answer the question, the quiz time, so it's fine, just do it like after the class or whatever. As long as you have attempted the quiz, means that you are present, means that your attendance will be counted. So it is very important. Okay, so we'll see, where are we? So emails is compulsory, metric number. Remember, metric number refers to numeric. It is not words. Okay, I keep reminding this because it's hard for me to find your name because in the system later on, when I want to insert your marks, everything is in your metric number. Everything is in number. So when you put your name, so I have to actually open the system and find what is your metric number. It's hard for me. Okay, so the question is, okay, a survey conducted by the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the OSM, reported that 67% of the adults felt that the COVID-19 vaccination should be made mandatory by the government, by the Malaysian government. So what do you think? Should we make it compulsory? It should be made optional to everyone? No idea. Compulsory or optional?
Compulsory.
Compulsory.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know. Well, if let's say you think that the benefits is greater, perhaps we should make it compulsory. But if you think that it is not certain yet, it is not proven efficient or whatever, perhaps we can. Well, I don't know. This is just an example. Okay. Suppose we select samples of 15 adults. What is the likelihood? So likelihood is another name for probability that exactly 5 adults will indicate the government should make it should be compulsory. Should make it mandatory. Okay. So if you look at this question, what kind of formula that we have to use? Should we use binomial, Poisson, or hypergeometric? Binomial.
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 Okay, I think this is very straightforward, right? Okay,
Binomial.
so it is very straightforward. So tell me, so okay, so this survey reported that 67% of the adults. So what is this 67%?
Pi.
Pi.
Okay, okay. So someone will ask you, what is pi? Is it a pie that can be eaten? Okay, so 0.67. And then COVID-19 is one term. Don't think this is like a number. Okay, well, you have to give me like a second because what? Because I have to charge my phone and my battery. Okay. Okay, done. Okay. So where is it? Now the battery is not on. Oh, I didn't plug it into my laptop. Okay, so where is the question? So the pi is 0.67, and then where is it? Suppose we select the samples of 15 adults. What is this 15? How should I write it?
N.
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 So I'm assuming that you know what is this n, right? N is just the sample. So when you have small n, it refers to your sample. When you have a big or capital N, what does it indicate?
Population.
Population.
Yes, perfect. So what is the likelihood that exactly? So what is the likelihood that exactly 5 adults? Okay, so what is that 5?
Probability.
X.
X. Okay, remember X will always be given in the question. Means that when they ask you question, what is the probability? What is the likelihood that whatever number given, that should be your X? Because some students, they will ask me, Madam, how to differentiate between N and X? Because both are number. Okay, so X normally will be given later in the question. So you should know straight away X will be in the question. So don't confuse between these two. Okay. Okay. So now you have everything there, all the information. So tell me the formula for binomial. So your probability of X equals to 5. So what is the formula? N C R
NCR.
NCX.
I
I power of
I
X.
of X.
1 minus
1 minus
pi power of
Okay.
N minus X.
Okay. So R and X are the same thing. Okay, don't get confused. So X and R are the same thing. So the formula may put R, but they are the same thing. Don't worry. Okay, now what is your N? N is 15, and then CR is 5, and then pi is what? 0.67,
0.
and then 5 multiply with 1 minus 0.67, and then n minus r, what is n? 15 minus 5. Okay, so this whole thing is actually your working. So when this question asks you, please show all the workings, these are the workings that I wanted to see. Okay, some people will just write the formula and then suddenly automatically by magic got the answer. So don't do that, okay? Because this is mathematics, this is number. So I want to see your working so that I can actually tell that I know that you are doing the working by yourself. So given all this working, what did you get? What did you get? Point
0, 0.
0.006.
62.
0.061.
Okay, so these are the whole answer. Okay, um, okay, so in total you will get 2 marks. So this working will give you 1 mark, and this answer will give you 1 mark. If let's say you got the correct working, so you definitely should get 1 mark. If your answers by somehow, perhaps by mistake, you calculated wrongly, or you suddenly, because you want to get hurry, you want to make it quickly so that you can somehow finish within 10 minutes. So by mistake, you click something wrong, so you get the wrong answer. That's fine. You still will get your 1 marks out of 2. But if let's say your working is, I don't know, something else, is that totally wrong, but then your answer is perfectly correct, you will not get 1 mark here, because I'm not judging you based on your answer, because answer can be taken from the sky, isn't it? You can outsource the answer from internet or whatever. So answer will not give me anything, will not tell me anything. Your working will tell me that you are doing it by yourself.
Madam,
Yeah.
if we don't do the formula but we do the working,
As I mentioned to you, the working is important. I didn't ask you about the formula. Okay, so why did I show everything? So that everyone is clear. So I wanted to show step by step so that you will not miss anything. If let's say I skip the formula, suddenly I tell you, okay, 15C5, then your friends may ask, how do I get 15? That's why I have to show the formula and then show how to plug in the numbers that I have listed here into the formula, and then you will get the answer. But for your case, you can just show the working and answer. There is no need for you to show the formula. Okay, got it?
Madam,
Okay. Hmm.
the answer
Yep.
I only give only at
Don't.
0.006. Is it acceptable or not?
Okay. Okay. I thought that you want to tell me you give 2 decimal points, 0.00. You better don't give me that answer. Okay. If let's say you stop at 6, like, okay, 0.006, that's fine. Well, basically in probability, because you will be dealing with a very large number. I mean, large means huge number because you have many decimal. So it is advisable to stop at 4 decimal points. So you can stop at 0.0062. But if let's say you stop at 3 decimal, it's fine. But don't stop at 2. 2 will not give me, well, hey, 2 is hard. Okay, so try to give like 4 decimal point, but 3 is fine. Okay,
Okay, thank you,
3 is
madam.
fine. Okay. Okay, anything else before we move to the other sections question? Is it clear? Yes, right. The question was very straightforward. For your information, questions for probability are normally tricky. But because, well, this is just like for your exercises, well, it means to help you to score a good marks. Because later on, when you have a test, it is like a compilations of many chapters. So you may get confused. So this is the time for you to get a good marks, right? That's why the question design meant to be very straightforward. But if it is difficult for you, I'm not sure about it. But it's supposed to be very straightforward. Okay. Okay, so next question. Yeah, this one. Is it? Oh no. Okay, this is because I put the preview. So next question is this one. Okay. Right. Okay. Because we are actually COVID-19 is very recent, right? So I love to use this example. Well, don't worry about the example. It is just like illustration. Okay, let me open a new sheet. Okay. So COVID-19 have caused an increase in the default rate of loan payment. Well, this is very common, right? When during the COVID-19, many people are unemployed. They couldn't go to work. It is hard for everyone to move around. So some people who are actually not a government staff, government servant, they are actually like uh, a seller or whatever. So they cannot, because they cannot move around, so they don't have income. They don't have earning. So what happened is that it is very common for many people are not able to pay their loan. Okay, so Bank Muamalat, I hope that you know what is this. This is a name of a bank. Shows their monthly default rate is now good given this COVID-19. It's actually one loan out of every 136 loans. Okay, so last month the bank approved 300 loans. What is the probability of exactly 3 default? Okay, if you look at this question, tell me the formula. What types of probability should we use?
Binomial.
Anyone else? Want to guess?
Hypergeometric.
Huh?
Poisson.
I think everyone like listing all the list of probability, isn't it? Okay. Some said hypergeometric, some said like binomial, Poisson. Okay. This is the example of Poisson. Okay. Poisson is actually one type of binomial. So many people, you shouldn't get it. You shouldn't guess this as a hypergeometric. It shouldn't be hypergeometric. We will explain. I will discuss the question for hypergeometric. But I can say that many people will mistakenly guess this is binomial because Poisson is just like one part of it, but it is slightly different from binomial. How does it differ? Okay, let's check the notes, because without the notes, well, I don't remember everything. I don't remember all the formulas because I have many things to teach. Okay, that's why you have to refer whatever. If let's say you get confused with something, please refer to your notes. Okay. Okay. This is the notes. Let me put it side by side so that you can see it. Um. uh, Okay. Um. Okay. So if you look at the Poisson, okay. So they are talking about. Okay. Let me see before. Okay. Okay. Where is it? The first keywords, it says that the default rate is now one loan out of every 136. So the default rate is actually very small compared to the number of loan offered by the bank. Okay, the one characteristic of Poisson is that it shows here. Where is it? Okay, Poisson has many applications like describing the distributions of errors in the data entries. Okay, I didn't mention it here, but in my video, I tell you that when you have like the error is like a lot, but then the probability of occurring is very small. Okay, when you talk about distributions of error in data entry, you are dealing with such a very huge data entry. Maybe you enter like thousands of data every day, but the error is actually less likely to occur. The error is very small. If you look at here, the number of accidents during 3 months period. So the number of cars on the road are every day like thousands, right? And when you talk about 3 months, the number of cars on the road like billion. But the number of accidents compared to the number of car on the roads are very, very little, very small. So this is like the characteristic of Poisson is that the percentage, the pie is actually small. Okay, so I think it's better to make it in preview form so that when I click on it, it will not change. Okay, so the pie, if you look at here, 1 out of 136. So you have 100 something loan, but the default is just one default. Okay, that is first. And second, for Poisson, you have an interval. In this case, we are talking about last month. So the interval here can be actually your time because we are talking about month. And another thing is that the probability is proportional to the length of interval. Means that you have the default rate is like 1 over 136. And it actually, this is for like last month. And then the coming months, the default rate will be like the same. So it actually is not like the binomial. What is the characteristic of binomial? The probability are independent. Means that if let's say you want to toss a coin, the first toss, maybe you will get 50-50. The second toss, well, 50-50 means you may see the head, you will get it like the first toss, you may get head. The second toss, maybe you will get head, maybe you will get tail. So it doesn't actually dependent with the first toss. It is independent. But for the Poisson, it is dependent. Means that whatever you get before will be depend on what you get next time. Okay. So that is the Poisson. So you have to use the formula of Poisson. Basically, the rate, the pi is telling you that it is Poisson, and the month, the time is actually telling you it is also Poisson. Okay. So hope I will not break everyone's heart because this is Poisson. Okay, so tell me, what is the, okay, so let me just write here, the pi equals to 1 over 136. You can see that the probability of default is very small compared to the loan offered. And next one, the n is 300. What else do we have? What is the formula for Poisson? Anyone can tell me? Px equals to mu
E
minus E.
U. Negative mu.
And then
By
X.
E. Factorize.
Okay. Because perhaps many of you didn't put Poisson, so you didn't remember the formula. That's fine. So you have to find the mu. So this question didn't give you the mu. Can you find the mu?
Yes.
Okay, so the formula of mu is pi multiplied with the n. Okay, so just multiply these two, so you should get the mu equals to 2.2059. I think none of you have answered Poisson, isn't it? Because I'm still like waiting the answer for the mu, but no one give me the answer. Okay. Okay. Well, don't worry. Remember, this quiz was 2 marks, and if you give me like any working, I'll still consider like half marks. I will give you half marks because it shows that you are showing the working. Okay, you will not get 0 out of 2. Definitely no. Okay, you should get something. If let's say you submit it within 10 minutes, if it is more than 10 minutes, then of course 0. Okay, so yeah, the mu is here. So you're gonna have 2.2059. So I purposely maintain 4 decimal points so that we can get accurate answer. And then X, what is the X? Oh, what is the probability of exactly 3? They should give you X, 3. So X is 3, and then E into the power of the mu. Oh my god, such a very long mu. 2.2059 over X is 3, and then this. Okay, so given all this working, what will you get? You will get the answer of
0.19.
and then 1970. Okay. So try to give a 4 decimal point to be accurate for probability, just for probability. I would love to maintain 4. Okay, yeah, this is the final answer. Any question? Before we discuss on the other sets of questions. Anything?
No, Madam.
Okay, hopefully it is clear. Okay, so let's see the previous. This is yours. Okay. This is what? This is for section 1. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So let's answer it together. Okay. So this is our first time looking at the question. Let's try to answer it together. Arif, an economics student, is studying television watching habit among IUM students for his group assignment. Remember, everyone is given assignment to find your topic, right? So he believes that 45% of IUM students watch Korean drama during their free time. So he collected samples of 10. What is the probability of finding exactly 5 students watch Korean drama? Okay. So tell me, what is this 45%?
5.
The
Pi.
in terms of percentage. Okay, cool. And then he collected samples of 10. What is this sample?
N.
Number of players.
N.
And so what is the probability? Remember,
Pi.
the X is all what pi? X is always
5.
given in the question. So what is the probability of finding exactly 5? So X is 5. So you are given all this information. Okay. So you can actually use the formula of
Binomial.
binomial. So should I write the formula of binomials or is it fine? Okay, let me just write it for everyone. So X equals to 5. So binomial, what is the formula? Equals to NCR pi r and then 1 minus pi, so that it's better to be clear to everyone. So n is 10, r is actually similar to your x. So r is 5, pi is 0.45, multiply with r, 5. So multiply with 1 minus 0.45, n is 10 minus 5. Right, this is 5. So in total, you will get the answer of 0.234. Because after 4 is 0, so I stop it here. So this is the answer for this question. Easy, right? Okay. So I will move to the next one. Okay. This is the example for hypergeometric. Okay. So Lala Move, for those who always order online, okay, should know what is Lala Move. For those who never order online, so it is just like a delivery service company. Okay, this is just for the sake of the illustration. So this Lala Move has 15 trucks, which are used to deliver fragile items like glasses, vases, and whatever. So of these 15 trucks, 6 have brake problems. A sample of 5 trucks is randomly selected. What is the probability that 3 of those tested have brakes problem? Okay, so let's start with one by one. So this company, Lala Move, has 15 trucks. So in total, the population is very small. So in total, this company has 15 trucks. So what is this 15?
Size of the populations.
And capital.
Yeah,
and capital.
this is capital N. So you have 15. Okay. So remember, when your population is small, it is obviously hypergeometric. Okay, and then of these 15, 6 have brake problem. So what is this 6?
S.
Okay,
SS.
okay.
Try
So
again.
let's see the form. Okay, let me see. Where is the form? Okay, so S refers to the number of success in the population. So this question want to know about the brakes issue. So 6 is actually the number of success in the population. Okay, and then a samples of 5. So what is this sample? This is your
N.
Small n.
Small
N.
n.
So N is your 5. And then what is the probability that 3 of those tested? So 3, what is this 3?
X.
S.
X.
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 Okay, so I will love to mention it again. So X will always be given in the question. Okay, so what is the probability that 3? So 3 is your X. So now you have 4 information. So you have capital N, you have S, you have small n, and X. So you can only use hypergeometric. Okay, I discovered that some of them use binomial, some of them use Poisson. I don't know how you want to somehow manipulate, adjust the formula. But once you have all this, you have to use hypergeometric. So the formula of hypergeometric, okay. So let me put it here. Px equals to SC X. And then you have a bracket here. Capital N minus S. And then you have C small n minus X. And then you also have a bracket over capital N, C, small n. Okay. Basically, you can just plug in into the number. But to make it clear, so the S is what? 6. C, X is 3. And then multiply with what? Capital N, 15 minus, what is that? S, 6.
C.
And then if you want to compute it this way, you have to put a bracket or else your calculator will compute it wrongly. And then C, you have N 5 minus X 3. You have to put a bracket. If you don't want to put a bracket, then you just have to minus 15 minus 6, then you put 9. Okay, if you didn't put a bracket, your calculator will compute it wrongly. Over, and capital N 15, C small n is 5. So given all this working, you should get the answer of 0.2398. Okay, I love to maintain 4 decimal point for probability. Okay. So is it clear?
Clear.
So
Okay.
clear.
So clear. Okay, hopefully so. Well, the question is actually direct forward, but the issue is that when you didn't really understand the formula, you didn't understand the purpose of that formula. That's why you get confused between which formula should be used. Should I use binomial? Should I use Poisson? Should I use hypergeometric? But if you have understood them, you know how to somehow label them. What is this 15? Is this small n or capital N? So when you know how to label them, so you should get the answer, the formula straight away. Once you know the formula, everything will be easy. Okay. So I think that's the question. So you should be able to answer this like within 10 minutes. It should be within 10 minutes. It shouldn't be like more than 10 minutes. Okay. Um, hmm. So, anything else you want to ask? I will still consider about the Poisson because I want to see the distribution, whether all of you couldn't get it right or just a few of you. I will look at it. So anything you want to ask before we end our discussion or before you have your lunch?
Madam, I want to ask. Is it okay if we do not write what is the capital N, what is the S?
It is okay. It
It's
is fine
okay.
as long as you show the working. But basically, the reason for me to list all the information because it is easy for you to see so that you can just plug it into the formula. If you didn't write all this, when you didn't label them, so maybe it's hard for you to somehow transfer to this working. This is just for your easiness. Okay, if you didn't have this, that's fine. I just want to see the working and the answer.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Anything else?
Madam, I want to ask,
Mm-hmm.
is it okay if we submit at 11:41 because I have trouble to scan the document and before I submit, actually we have another question from Google, which is Google asked me where is the palm tree?
Palm tree?
Yes, me too, madam.
Me too, madam. For the
Yes, to verify.
verification. So we're kind of stuck
Me
there.
too, madam. That's right.
Okay. Okay. So for your information, for the probability question, I make it like 2 more minutes extra. Means that you should end at 11:40, but I can still accept the answer until 11:42. The same applies to the morning class. So they should stop at 8:40, but I give an extra of 8:42. But 8:43, no way. Means that I gave like extra 2 minutes. 2 minutes is just for you if let's say you have a technical issue. You should be fine. 2 minutes extra, okay?
Madam,
Okay.
I have been suffering for the internet. Just it was a blessing, and just I sent you a message for 46.
Well, basically, I couldn't get you.
Yeah, I sent you 46. That was uploading. 2 minutes uploading for the picture. I am in Somalia. Just my internet is not so stable. I am Said,
Okay.
and it is my first.
Okay. So, okay, let me just, well, this is all the technical issues. So let me just stop the recording, okay? So that, stop presentation. Okay, stop recording.